Well, nice people, my inclusive crew. Let's talk about Love and Hip Hop Miami. So now we pick up with Flo, and Flo and Marlon, they're a complete mess. But at least finally she's talking about divorcing the man because he is a complete clown. I mean, really, how do you go and sleep with your wife's sister? It's just absolutely disgusting. But what's quite interesting about her now is, she's telling her family that she wants to get divorced, and her mum was definitely not in support of this. Her mum let it be known that she went through a lot with her own husband, so infidelity, so she dealt with that and she stuck with her husband, and she basically doesn't feel like she should be divorcing the man. And I'm looking at her thinking, this is the same man who has cheated on your daughter. Not only that, he slept with two of your daughters, so that to me should just be straight out of the family, simple. And yes, he can be a good dad, but obviously he's not a good man to your daughter, so you should want more for your daughter. I feel like a lot of these of the elders, believe in the whole sticking together to the end, which, it sounds good, but I don't think you should have to endure a whole heap of madness like she was doing. But the two of them are a complete mess anyway. But I'm glad that she's actually trying to divorce the man. So I definitely agree with Flo in that it's definitely a lot of double standards going on there. But I mean, what's interesting about her, talking about double standards, she's got a girlfriend now, which I thought was interesting. I'm like, is this a storyline or what? Because she loves of her Marlon or Marlon, how she like to say Marlon. So I think I'm gonna miss her when I say that, but then actually I still heard her say it in the episode anyway because of the ending. Now, speaking of Flo's girlfriend, I thought that, is it just me? Don't you think they look a little bit alike? And I thought it was interesting because it was a family friend. So I'm like, a family friend that's just been hanging around waiting for you, or is just a convenient storyline? I don't know. But they do seem like they look quite similar to me. I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm just off here, but I feel like they have a slight resemblance. What do you guys think on that? Now, Trina's brother, I'm sure he meant well, but by telling her ex to come, basically still try and fight for her when she's really said that she don't want to be with him, is a very long thing to do. When I saw this bit here, I just thought, no, you should actually listen to Trick and just back off, just leave it. I know the brother's trying to look out for his sister, but clearly you haven't spoken to your sister because this is not what she wants. Now, Ray J and Princess, of course, Ray J is talking about he's depressed, he's out in Miami alone and all this extra stuff. I just feel like it's just more storyline for them because ain't nothing much really going on with them. Obviously, Princess has been doing her poker, but she comes in and obviously he tries to wine and dine her, wants her to move to Miami, and of course she agrees because that's no surprise there because Princess always kind of caves in when it comes to Ray J, so, nothing new. Now, Gunpei and his wife, we know there's a whole heap of madness going on in real life, but on this show, at this point where they're discussing the whole, GoFundMe situation where DJ Envy kind of outed them, I can understand her being a bit upset, but yeah, he is in the public limelight and unfortunately that comes with it and it's not nice what they were saying, so I can understand her being upset about that. But he was quite nonchalant about it. To a degree, do you know what I mean? But also then said that, he's basically trying to contain himself. So it's a whole heap of madness. But I still can't understand why she was with him in the first place. Everyone deserves love, yes. But I just feel like, what are you doing? What are you really doing, lady? All that stress leading up to it, what happened? She must be looking back at it and just thinking, boy, I wish I exited way before. Now, on to Joy. Now, I think Joy is quite sweet, but I feel like what is going on with her? Because storyline wise, obviously it's always her dating someone and the usual Trick not letting her go. But please, why the hell are you even talking to anyone like Marlon? What is going on there? Bobby was quite right to give her the advice, which is to stay away. Because obviously, clearly, a man that can sleep with his wife's sister is quite a low down, dirty man. So you don't want that in your life. You really don't. Hosting the event with him is one thing, but trying to be with him is a whole different ball game, and I hope you're not taking that seriously. I mean, speaking of him, I found it hilarious that he came in with these flowers that Flo was complaining about being cheap flowers, $10 flowers, and she don't want them, and I don't know why he keeps coming around with it. But he didn't come around with it for her in the first place. He came to give it to Joy. And he's just being a complete arsehole because clearly he knows Joy is Trina's cousin. He knows that his wife has just done a song with Trina. He actually has written something on it. So he clearly knows that there's a line that he's crossing. But we know that he doesn't seem to care about crossing lines. But I thought it was funny because she was acting like she didn't care, and the next thing you know, she's vexed and rushing over to dash water and lick him up with the flowers. So I'm just like, well, just a minute ago you said that you didn't care about him and his cheap flowers, and what is he coming here for with cheap flowers? Clearly you care, and you still are bothered about him. I get it, he's trying to disrespect you, but you actually are taking the bait by behaving this way. So you're talking about him embarrassing you, but I think by doing this, you just embarrassed each other. And Joy's just looking like, yeah, leave me out of this whole mess. Now, Trina made me laugh because you could tell she's not really feeling this guy. And obviously, she didn't realise that her brother, sent him and kind of put the batter in his back to come and give her the flowers. But yeah, she was kind of cold, just let him know she was definitely not feeling him and not interested. He came along trying to talk about, yeah, he's going to get her back tonight. And I said, please, honey, the only thing you got was a bag to pack and take home. It was a sad, sad little night for you, sir. I did feel kind of bad for him as he walked away. Poor guy. Anyway, what do you guys think of the show? Do you think half these storylines are actually true, or a lot of it is just fabrication just so they have something to say on the show? Let me know your thoughts below.